If you've heard anything about cholesterol, it's probably this. There's a good kind and a bad kind. The bad one clogs your arteries, raising your risk of heart attacks and strokes. The good one swoops in like a cleanup crew, sweeping away the mess. Simple, right? Well, not quite. There's a third kind of cholesterol, one so overlooked that most doctors don't even test for it. And here's the kicker. 20% of people have dangerously high levels of this hidden threat, leading to countless preventable deaths. So, let's break it down. Cholesterol, the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. The case for cholesterol, it's not all bad. First, let's set the record straight. Cholesterol isn't the villain it's made out to be. In fact, your body makes it for a reason. It's essential for building cell membranes and producing hormones. If we wiped out cholesterol completely, we'd have bigger problems than heart disease. But here's where it gets tricky. Cholesterol doesn't just float around freely. It hitches a ride on protein and fat combo molecules called lipoproteins, which shuttle fat to different parts of your body. Because yes, your body actually needs fat, just in moderation. Now, let's meet the key players. The showdown, good versus bad cholesterol. Low-density lipoprotein, or LDL, is what we call bad cholesterol. Why? Because it carries more cholesterol per protein and has a nasty habit of sticking to artery walls, forming thick, stubborn plaques. Over time, these plaques narrow your arteries, slowing blood flow like a traffic jam in your circulatory system. If a clot forms, it can block blood flow entirely, triggering a heart attack or stroke. Not great. Then there's high-density lipoprotein, or HDL, the so-called good cholesterol. HDL works like a garbage truck, collecting LDL from your bloodstream and delivering it to the liver where it gets broken down. Back in 1977, a famous study showed that higher HDL levels were linked to lower heart disease rates, and it's been celebrated ever since. But here's something most people don't know. HDL isn't always the hero. A 2017 study found that too much HDL, above 60 milligrams per deciliter, can actually increase heart disease risk. And in some cases, too little HDL isn't even a major problem, depending on other health factors. So, while the good versus bad cholesterol story mostly holds up, reality is a bit more complicated. The silent killer, lipoprotein. Now, let's talk about the cholesterol nobody talks about, lipoprotein. Unlike LDL and HDL, lipoprotein doesn't seem to have a single redeeming quality. And that's alarming because high lipoprotein levels pose an even greater risk for heart disease than LDL. But what exactly is it? The real kicker? Lipoprotein carries an extra protein called a polypoprotein, which binds to inflammatory molecules. When lipoprotein gets into artery walls, it doesn't just build up, it actively destabilizes existing plaques. That means they're more likely to rupture, leading to sudden, deadly blockages. Yet despite knowing about lipoprotein since the 1960s, most doctors still don't test for it, even though 1 in 5 people have dangerously high levels. Why? Because until recently, there wasn't much we could do about it. The future of lipoprotein treatment. The good news? Scientists are closing in on a solution. Right now, researchers are in phase 3 clinical trials for RNA interference drugs that target lipoprotein. These drugs switch off the gene responsible for producing a polypoprotein, effectively lowering lipoprotein levels. If the trials continue to show success, we could see an effective treatment soon. What you can do now. While we wait for that breakthrough, there's plenty you can do to keep your cholesterol in check. Lower your LDL. Eating too much saturated or trans fat can send LDL levels soaring. These fats not only disrupt how your body processes cholesterol, but also trigger pathways that increase its production. Cutting back on fatty meats and processed foods can make a huge difference. Boost your HDL. Exercise is a powerful way to increase HDL, but in a safe, natural way that won't push it into dangerous territory. Movement keeps your cardiovascular system strong and helps clear excess cholesterol from your bloodstream. Consider medication. If lifestyle changes aren't enough, statins can help by slowing down cholesterol production in your liver. The bottom line, cholesterol isn't just a battle between good and bad. It's a complex, evolving story with an overlooked villain, lipoprotein. But now you know the full picture, and knowing is the first step in taking control of your health.